Storms. Storms reveal character. You see, it's easy for everyone to say, I got you, we are with you, we are doing this, we are doing that, until the storm comes. Because even ideally, if you hear a storm, what do? It shakes you because you're thinking, what's going to happen next? You're not sure. Once a storm, you don't know what's going to strike next. A storm reveals who you really are. Storm will reveal all the people around you. The strength of a plane, it's not just being midair. It is the all the materials built in it to sustain it for you to be able to handle the turbulence in the sky. The strength of a vehicle, it's not the vehicle itself, but what's built inside the vehicle, the materials. That's what builds it up, because it can have amazing features inside, but it's useless. The strength of a ship, it's not the ship being on the waters, but it's the parts that build up that ship and how it will handle the storms and the tides and the waves. That's what separates it from the other ships. And that's how you know the strength of that ship. A relationship. The strength is in the storms that come when you disagree on something, when you don't have whatever it is that binds you. If you used to go out on days, now you don't have the money for this, so it's in-house. You're broke, things like that. Those storms, they'll then be able for you to weed out who's the person around you. Because storms have a way to make people live. In the digital age, with social media and with apps and with filters, you really don't know someone. A storm is when person is who they really are. No filters, no nothing. The true person. Then you're like, oh, because nowadays, like we always say, a joke, we always say, let's someone first go to swim. Then you can know someone's true face. Because, with filters, you don't really know. Anyone can be anyone. It's a free space, it's a free world. But does not mean that person they claim to be. You can have someone who gives the best advices of marriages or relationships or anything it may be, but they don't do it. But they don't live by the same words or by the same principles. Storms reveal everyone's true character. You see, our Lord Jesus Christ had 12 disciples, but when his storm came, he was left with one. One, whom he even gave his mom. Everyone else disappeared. When David was going through his moments and Saul was hunting him down, when he was there, the true people came out, those who believed in him. Because you don't know the person next to you. You really don't know anyone. You can say, oh, my kids, when they grow up, they will take care of me. No. They will grow up and then they'll think, what's your value if you are gone? And considering the dangers of euthanasia and this, or executing yourself, legalities that are going on right now, and the spaces within those contracts that they don't say what they will do if you don't come back, if you try to come back to life, then you'll figure it out. Your kids can take advantage of such and say, you are mentally ill, or you are this, you are that. Doctor says, finish, let's just sign them off and an injection and you're gone. And those are the kids who said, oh, they'll be with me. You really don't know anyone. You really don't know until there's a storm. Storms reveal everyone's character. Once you are exposed, once you're vulnerable, now you know the people around you. It doesn't really matter the extent to the life that you've lived. It doesn't matter how much you've given them. We're in a time whereby you can give so much to someone. Give the best to that child. Give the best to that relative or partner or anything. And when the storm hits, they'll tell you, so what? You could have chosen not to give me, you're thinking. You could have chosen never to assist me, you're thinking. I mean, I don't owe you a thing. Well, that's life. Because when you put expectations in people, you'll be crushed. Expectations have a way to hit you hard and to humble you. So you really don't know anyone around you. You think you do, you hope you do, you believe you do, but you really don't. Everyone can be someone in the 21st century, and you really never know the truth. So a storm will be able to help you figure out who is who. Now, the funny thing about storms is just like the same way naturally they come, they're never expected. The same way you never know when that storm comes. Whether it's your finances, whether it's your health, or whatever other troubles of life that will hit you. That's when you know. That's when people will show. And remember, people show who they really are when they say who they really are and act the way they really are. For example, if you are the one on the receiving end and everything is going sideways, and then these so-called people who stood with you, whether family or non-family, are on the sidelines watching, no one is there to help you, no one is there to guide, no one is there to hold your hand, and then you persevere through the storm, and then they come back, trust me, don't let them. Let them stay where they were. Because what they were cheerleaders. The question is, who are they cheering for? Because it wasn't you. You need to know people for who they really are and take them for who they really are. Don't create this scenario that people will care or anything. No. Storms reveal everyone's character. You will know who people are when you're vulnerable, when you're exposed in something, when you lose something, when that thing or that position that you held is taken or is compromised. When someone gives a rumor about you and everyone is believing it, until one person says, guys, this is wrong. This is not the information. That's fabricated. This person didn't do anything as said. But by that time, those people have ran with it. They have, they have plastered it. They have put posters around it. They're hashtagging or whichever it may be. Until one person says it's a lie. And then now, because they know that and they cannot tell you, they all disappear one after the other. Or some start coming, and this is something you'll find quite common. When people have realized that what they thought of you and you're still moving, they'll start coming around your life, trying to look more caring, more concerned. They'll, but deep down guilt and shame is eating them. And they won't come in the same way they came. No, because when they came, before, they thought they had you were on a scope. Now you've survived the storm. Now they are coming to act like they care. If you didn't care about someone in the storm, why would you then pretend to care now? No, you're only caring because you're hoping nobody knows the skeletons in your closet. Just like when someone or people are into gossip and slandering, it is easy for them to get into other people's closets and remove the skeletons. But when it comes to their time, they are gone, they are missing, they are nowhere. In fact, there's no evidence to trace them. All the photos you took with them, they're literally trying to delete them everywhere. Everyone will reveal their true character in your storm. You think those friends you have are your friends? Wait until they're very sure something big happens where they will show you. And that's the beauty about God. He will bring people whom you've never met, have no association, who will give you a helping hand. No, those are your people. The people who come and help you, who want nothing from you, who just want to see you grow. That's total stranger. Who God brings at that season. Now, those are your people. Whether they are travelers in your life or whether they are settlers in your life. Because at the end of the day, you need to be able to identify who's your pace setter and who's the one running the actual race with you. And we never know any of that until you have a storm. People love to malign people's names and faces until the finger points back. You see, you have one finger pointing. How many pointing back? We have 4 pointing, 3, 4, depending on how you choose to look at it. Nobody wants their skeletons removed. So know people for who they really are. When they tell you, when they show you, believe them. You don't need to defend. If someone has chosen to leave you in that storm, they meant it. It's who they are. Believe them. Because at the end of the day, you don't need to lie to yourself. You don't need to defend someone for them doing what they are doing best. If you take a zebra and you paint it brown or any color, does it change it from being a zebra? Still a zebra. It won't change. You might paint it, but it doesn't change. The thing is, no matter how many times you want to lie to yourself, people are who they choose to be. And people will reveal who they really are when everything adds up. So be very careful. Discern the times. Don't trust everyone. Don't believe everything. Do your own due diligence. And always understand that storms reveal people's true characters. And there's nothing you can do to change that. No matter how much love, no matter how much affection, if someone wants to do evil, they'll do evil. You can't change it. You can't say that you're going to domesticate someone who's used to being wild because you think you have something special to make them change. No. If they want to be wild, they'll be wild. It's just a matter of time. If a politician has a history of corruption, has a history of very nefarious things, doesn't change how much power you try to play around. Once they get their power, they just be triple what they were. Now they even have more control than they had previously. So you need to be very careful. We need to be very cautious. And the problem, the painful thing about these storms, as a person, you break. You break mentally, you break in every corner. Because you're left thinking, I don't believe it. Because people will pin you down. People will laugh. They will join forces with those who are crushing you. And they'll be there saying, yes, that's true. But when you rise up from the rubbles, everyone runs. And everyone puts their head in the sand. And everyone is looking down. Because now they realize, now they have been known. And they can never come back. Others run, never looking back again. And they'll give a good report about you as they are running. And if someone asks them, if this person has so much good qualities, why are you here and they are there? They can't explain. That's why there's some people will say, oh, I know this person, I was with this person, and someone will ask, good, so you know them, they're successful. How comes if you guys were that close? How comes you are here and how comes they are there? What is it they did that separated you? I mean, there are photos to show all that you guys were together. And then someone can't really tell the real story because they don't want to tell the story whereby they were the reason that person is there and they're here. Why? They are the ones who are destroying the name. They were the ones who are maligning. They are the ones who are uttering and doing all those things that were wrong. Now, the individual they were breaking was broken. But along the way, by the grace of God, they found their way. Someone or people helped that individual to pick up the pieces and they moved. Now, they have to bury their head in the sand, those who spoke bad, because now everybody is seeing it. You see, the same crowd that you use to gossip and to slander other people, that same crowd will turn against you and will roast you proper. The same strength and the same zeal you are using to pulling down other people, the people whom you are with, the same strength and the same zeal they will do to you. It's just a matter of time. And that's why gossipers and slanderers always have a problem. Why? Because they don't want to end the gossip. Why? Because once they leave, they know and they suspect they'll also be the ones who are next. If you know that you've gotten or received something in the wrong way, let's say your way to get that job, you had to sleep your way through it, and then you meet someone who's doing it in the right way, and they ask a very simple question. I'm seeing you're very qualified for ABCD. Can you do ABCD? And you're like, you can't explain why, because you never got it right. Or someone says, wow, you have an amazing job. How did you get there? Like people always say, is ni God man's here. It's just God. It's just God. are like, yeah, fine, but how did you get there? What were the how did you really get there? You know, then they give you a circle and their brain just get out of their place. Or someone knows the relationship they got in, they had to deceive or find a strategy to destroy another relationship for them to get that relationship. And so when they meet someone else talking to the partner who they know they did wrong, whether they used charms, whatever they did, when now this person whom they've tried to hold on to because they know they got them in the wrong way, when a new person comes and just a simple conversation and they're making that other person laugh, this person who did the wrong thing is getting scared because they're thinking, maybe that's how I'm going to lose that person. So this other innocent person becomes a target. And they can be done very bad things. And they have no idea what's going on. Because if you know you got something in the wrong way, if you know you got something in a way that wasn't right, if you know you got something out of crushing other people, you always live suspecting everyone. Why? Because you're always asking yourself, who's doing this to me? You're always looking over your shoulder. But if you know you did things in the right way, you really don't care. That's why people who make many enemies are always trying to make more enemies and show that they're stronger, but they're always looking over their shoulder because by the same strength they used making these enemies, they know when the pain drops, the same people who are victims or these same enemies or these so-called alliances can really turn against them. Nobody wants a bad name. And nobody wants to be caught up with someone in a scandal, especially if the scandal is true. Everybody wants a good name. Even the devil does not want to be known for his true character. And that's why we are given the pitchfork, red pitchfork. Even the demons don't want you to know their true character. Because if they reveal themselves, if the devil revealed who he was, the people worshiping him would run helter-skelter. But he won't allow that. And so the question is, if everybody wants to be good or claims to be good, who's bad? Fine. If everybody wants to be a king and the queen, where are the servants? If everyone wants to be driven, who's going to drive? If everyone wants to eat but doesn't want to farm, who's going to farm? How are you going to get that food? Who's going to do the work? It's easy to want the process, the final product, but many people don't want to get the raw materials and do the work. You want to be rich or wealthy, but you don't want to go through the hustle. You don't want to get your hand dirty trying to figure it out. You don't want to go through the stress, the sleepless nights. You just want the money. You want it on the table. But the thing is, when a storm will come and shake that place, you'll not be able to find your navigation. But if you know you've earned your wealth or your riches in the right way, and you get a very big storm that will shake your financial or your financial place or status, when you hit the ground, you are not going to hit rock bottom compared to the other person because you already remembered how you started from the ground. You will hit the ground, but you'll bounce back because while you are building strong foundation and network. So when you're hitting the ground down, you will come up because of the types of relationships you built as you are going and the networking. However, if you earn your space, your financial space and wealth questionable, when you hit the ground down, you will never rise up again. Because mind you, when you are going up, you went doing things that were not right. So you built more enemies, you have no relationship, you have no networks. So you will hit the ground down and you'll be capish. But the person who built it ladder by ladder, if they hit the ground down, the networks they built, the friendships they built, the things, the lessons they learned along the way, they just go back and re-strategize and be like, yeah, bad move, now I've learned. Back to the drawing board. No matter how much they go scam, they'll be like, fine, okay, so I lost this. Next time I'm going to do this. How much did I lose? X amount. So I'm going to find a way to recover X amount. I have to sell off this, sell off that, sell off that. Use this small space. Remember how I started. Get back on the horse. So whatever you know you haven't built and you claim is yours, or nowadays I hear people manifest. Interesting. As long as you never got it right, the day a storm will come, it will be gone, and people will know you for who you really are. However, if you know you built it right, whatever it is, whether business, whether relationship, whether marriage, whatever it is, when the storms come, you will withstand it, and you'll be able to grow. So storms will reveal our true characters, because it is easy to fake, it is easy to lie. But when the storm comes, it shakes that foundation. And when that foundation is shaken, every material that built up whatever that structure, whoever that person is, we know the person for who they really are. So you can't hide for too long. Eventually, the storm will always reveal everyone's true character. The storm will reveal your environment. The storm will reveal who you really are. The storm will reveal everything around you. You can't hide for too long. You just need a storm. That storm makes everyone and makes even you to know who you really are. So if you've earned your place in the right way, good for you. Storm comes, you'll figure it out. But if you earned your place in questionable ways and you did things that were not right to be where you are, you can try to defend yourself. You can try to build up many layers of lies. You see, this is how it works. If you are a you are a professional liar, you get into this drawer of lies. So you have level 1 lie, level 2 lie, level 3 lie, 4, 5. And because there's so much to lie, you'll always be going to this drawer. Today remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But mid into everything, you remove 1. What people start noticing is like, did I not hear this thing last time? Did I not see this thing last time? So every time now you are going to that drawer of lies, you are repeating one lie many times. Now you have to change your environment and start new lies, and change a new environment and start new lies. And then, because you've built up a life of lies and scamming and whatever other things you're doing, you start believing that is the real truth. But that is your delusion. That is your illusion. That is not real. And eventually it catches up with you. Just like you can take advantage of little children as partners or as parents to malign another parent's name who has never done anything wrong. Those children will believe the lie as they are young. But when they grow, they will figure it out. And then, unlike you, how you malign the name of their parent, they'll just cut you off. Now, they'll take care of you or not, depending. There's so many lies and there's so many layers you can put, but one day, the pin will drop. And when the pin drops, the true character shall be revealed. And when that pin drops, it's the storm. You can't lie for too long. You can't manipulate for too long. The pin will drop. And when it drops, everyone will know the truth. It's just a matter of time. Doesn't matter how many layers you build up. One day, your house of cards will be gone. So, storms will always and forever reveal everyone's true character. You can speak, you can do anything, but once the storm comes, even when a natural storm comes, everybody is quiet. Because that's what the storm does. It keeps everyone to silence. And everybody is looking. When the pin drops, everyone is looking. Where did it drop? When a coin drops, everyone is looking. Where did it drop? So that storm is coming and that pin will drop. Then the truth will come out. And when it does, The same strength you used against others, it will be used against you. Just the way life is. So, character, storms will always and forever reveal everyone's true character. You just need a storm and a pin to drop. Then you will know the truth.